Okay, Sophia University and GRIPS. I don't think you're too familiar with GRIPS. It's a national university, National Graduate Institute of Policy Studies. It's my university, but I still don't know how to say it. It's called GRIPS. I really think the opportunity for us to explore the U.S. Also from a Japanese perspective. We've learned a lot, and since we're very short with time today, I want to share three things with you. The first is the visit to the Japanese embassy. The second is the network and interaction we had with GW. And also some findings, other findings and other impressions that we had from this visit. And after that, we would like to share our action plan.
So I am going to talk about our experiences and findings in Japanese embassy. So US and Japan have had a long relationship since 1860, but the relationship has fluctuated in both directions, hatred and love. Today, we have cultivated the strongest side ever because of the efforts of both governments. So let me explain a little bit about this graph. Since I have just a few minutes, I'm going to talk about briefly. But frankly, it started with unfair treaty, and the U.S. chose to isolate itself during World War I. So the relationship was moderate at the time, but it was sharply deteriorated during World War II. And it was the efforts after the war made by both governments of US and Japan that had dramatically improved the relationship. However, these attempts made by both governments to encourage understanding each other seems to have been far from successful. People in Japan and the US don't know much about the efforts. The efforts haven't been met as much as both governments have expected. And as a member of KAKEHASHI Project, we think PR can play an important role, and we are the ones who can demonstrate it. So that's our findings at the Japanese embassy.
Next, I will talk about a topic that is about a graduate student career path. I will compare career path in Sophia to GW. In the first place, I will talk about case A. That is a graduate student at Sophia. The student is majoring education. The major approach to get funding is a scholarship that is mainly from JASO in Sophia. To get the scholarship, the organization requires academic excellence. In Sophia, most students go straight from undergrad, master's to PhD program. The student didn't have a working experience. By the way, this is me. In the second place, I will talk about the case B. That is graduate student at GW. The student is also majoring in education. A major approach to get funding is not only scholarship. The student had numerous opportunities, mainly private one. There are scholarships that was based on academic excellence, merit-based fellowship, and assistantships. And GW staff could get a 90% off tuition. Many had full-time job at GW staff and were part-time students. The most had 2 or 5 years working experiences. The findings. Some GW students have teaching experience. In Japan, these students could not come to Sophia. And GW students can apply to various funding opportunities. The conclusion, the GW opens opportunities to students with different background. This could be a good example for Japanese university looking into lifetime education. And this is just a story that I attracted to the GW student career path.
Next, I'm going to talk about the general impressions that we got during this program in the US. One of the things that we felt was the active participation in domestic and international politics. And we also felt the belief in democracy and also for love of country. And then we felt that they are embedded in the culture and education system. And also we felt the roles of national museums. Through what we have heard and the places that we went, we felt the patriotism of the states through Smithsonian. For example, the Smithsonian Museum, which was totally for free. We thought the history that they've shown to the citizens, they might increase the feeling of patriotism to the citizens.
We thought patriotism is very important, but at the same time it creates identity issues. We talked to Japanese American man, Mr. Yamada, and then he talked about his experiences during the internment camps. We thought he says even though those Japanese American wanted to identify themselves as American, but at the same time the government see them as Japanese. So there's this complicated identity issue. So identity is not just individual efforts, but at the same time something society like label themselves to be. So that's an interesting finding.
And I will introduce our other findings through our visit. We visited Sasakawa Peace Foundation and Sumitomo Corporation of America and Inter-American Development Bank. About first, at Sasakawa Peace Foundation and Sumitomo Corporation of America, we feel that in terms of both political, economical aspects, mutual cooperation between the United States and Japan have been and will be important. And about IDB, Inter-American Development Bank, we felt that contribution in the Central and South America area of Japan is hardly known in Japan. And we felt posture to combat poverty truly and not one-sided assistance. The following is the quotation of the speech by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe about the export of Japanese infrastructure.
Lastly, we would like to introduce our action plan. We will post on Facebook. It is already created, the BRICS Sophia KAKEHASHI Project 2016. And we will update the blog, which is also created by GW students, and share it on the Facebook. We will help the GW students research. Actually, we have already answered the questionnaire of one of the students here. And we will also post some Sophia's website, because we have various backgrounds like psychology, literature, and science and technology, global studies, and pedagogy. And the BRICS students will give a presentation to international and Japanese students in BRICS. We will keep in touch with each other. This is a website on Facebook, our Facebook page and blog. And last but not least, thank you for everything.
That's what you had to do.